Hello, family. Good evening, and welcome to another day of our Smart Financial Move series. Today is day six, right? Day six of our Smart Financial Move series. If you are joining me for the first time, my name is Jidene, your favorite financial educator here on TikTok. And I speak to people of our color, especially in the UK, so that you can position yourself and make the most of your time here. All right, sorry I'm coming a little bit late. My son had an award event in school today, and I'm just coming back from the award. So I had to go and represent to celebrate with my son on his award. It was a good one, quite short, but very good. No, it's not Africa time. I'm just driving in right now. My son had an event today in school whereby they were giving awards, for a set. So he was one of the person. He won the best science student, in his set. So tonight was the award. So that's why I'm coming in a bit late this evening. I had to rush down from the event right now. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. How are we doing? How has been our day? Just give me some few minutes to catch my breath as well. Let me take some water. All right. Good evening, everyone. I believe it's been an awesome day for us. And how has been the past 5 days? Today is day six of our Smart Financial Move series. What is Smart Financial Move? Somebody would ask. It's a series that I do once every quarter, whereby we consider several and different topics that has great impact on us, especially in the diaspora, so that we can understand that the kind of life we're looking for here in the diaspora, if we are not intentional about it, it will look like it is impossible or it's not doable. So that's why we consider several topics. And for the past 4 5 days, we've been looking at topics like understanding the system, dealing with debt, understanding how to grow your credit score and your credit report. We had another section talking about budgeting and creating a proper financial management. I had a section where we talked about the different quadrants. Good evening, bro. The different quadrants. And then yesterday we had a section with Omo talking about career. Guys, that was the section. It was awesome section, and we'll continue the journey again today. We have another good topic which we're going to be considering together today, and I want us to really make the most of today. I really would not plan to stay over time, but there is no way I would not do a little bit of stretch. So tonight we'll be doing what I call stretching yourself to wealth zones. Guys, if you are joining me for the first time, welcome to one of the best, most impactful season that you would ever experience on a TikTok stream. Trust me, I want to welcome you, person. Number two, please, because of the algorithm, I would appreciate us liking, tapping, and please share to those who matter to you as well, so that you can ensure that the message gets across to people. If there is something I keep telling us again and again is the system was never designed to give you the kind of life you want for yourself. And if you listen to Omo yesterday also, you will discover the same thing, that if you see anybody making anything significant or viable out of life, there is a level of input, smart work, not just hard work, smart input that has gone into it. And that's why I tell us that it's not so much of how hard we work, it is so much of how smart we position ourselves. You can actually be working very hard every day for the next 15 years and you might really not have anything to show for it. Why? Because the way the system was designed, the system does not really reward hardworking people. The reward for hard work is more work. Some of you, I said that so that you can rethink about your workplace. The reward for hard work is more work, not more remuneration. But the reward for strategic work, smart work, I call it smart work, is advancement. And that's why we have to understand that we cannot do everything the same way and expect a different result. Berin said, actually, you are right. the truth. The world does not really reward hardworking people. So you have to be very smart, because if it's all about hard work, then the people who are working in warehouse or those who are doing the menial jobs should be the richest. But you find out that it's not like that. The world was never designed to reward hardworking people. The world was designed to reward smart working people. And that's why I keep saying, thank you so much. Is I keep saying that no matter how much work you do extra shift, you do double jobs and things like that. There's a limit to how far you can grow. Why? Because no matter how much you are making, the system has been structured to take a large chunk of whatever you're making from you as insurance and tax. So you have to find out that you cannot do it the way the system expects you to do it and get the kind of result you want to get to in life. And that's why we really need to sit down. Ziegler said something. Before I said that, I usually say this thing: if for the next 3 years or for the past 3 years of your life, it seems like nothing is changing, there's every tendency that you are doing something wrong or you are not doing something right. Ziegler put it this way: he said to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result is a definition of insanity. Now, I would like to extend it by saying you are trying to solve a problem at the level of knowledge with which it was created. For you to get the kind of result you require for that problem to be solved, there must be an higher investment of knowledge. Why? Because I've discovered that there is nothing you need on in this earth that is not accessible or not available. But not everybody has access to it. Why? Because there is a level of intentionality, there's a level of research, and there's a level of looking and really seeking for answer in the right quarters that can give you what you need. And that's why I keep telling you that it's as good as I appreciate speed, I appreciate direction. Why? Because walking fast in the wrong direction is like entering a drain. I'm in the Wirrals, for instance, close to Liverpool. Imagine I want to go to Scotland, and Scotland is the up north of where I am. London is the south area of where I am. Imagine me entering into a train that is moving at almost 300 miles per hour, but unfortunately is moving in the direction of London. So when you look at it in terms of movement, I am moving, but the question is, am I moving in the direction I want to get to? And that's why you usually need to review yourself and ask yourself, I've come into the United Kingdom, I've come to the diaspora. Yeah, there is something I had in mind. There's a picture I had in mind when I come. For the past 3 years, would I say I'm moving closer to where I'm going? Or is the immigration goalpost shifting it and making it look like it might never come? I'm saying that to say that the moment you start depending on the system to give you, in quotes, that freedom or that successful life you're looking for, it might never come, because the system was never designed to give you wealth. The system was never designed to favor you in that real sense of it. You thought they brought you into this place because they like you. No, there was a deficiency in the system for the system. So we're just here to fill in the gap. While you're filling, then that's where your smart work and your strategic work comes into play. I was sharing yesterday that we came in 2022, and like every other person, the set of work I've ever done in the UK, I started with working in Tesco. This is a cold room. I was working in Tesco. From Tesco, I moved to O2 Arena as a cleaner. From O2 Arena, I moved to a car part warehouse in Luton, where I was working. After that, I moved to Amazon. So I've worked in STN8, that is in the Milton Keynes. I've worked there before I was able to move from there into my corporate space where I really belong from a skill set, and I joined that. In less than 4 months of joining the place, I was able to be promoted from just an executive to a manager. And within 2 years, after working in a corporate space, by the grace of God, I have resigned and I've started my own. So, and everything I'm saying is just within the half of 3.5 years. I'm saying that to let you know that it's not so much of how long you stay in the system. That's why you have to be very strategic. If all you are doing, you cannot sit back and ask yourself in foresight that what I am doing now, will it really bring me into the kind of place where I want to settle in? If it's not going to bring me there, then I need to sit back and ask myself, what am I doing with my time? And that is why I always remind people about this diagram. I'll be turning my board right now to my whiteboard, and I'll be coming up with this diagram again, so that we can see, guys, I will never come to your DM. Let me mention it before I go deep into my teaching. I will never come to your DM to message you about any investment or anything. Anybody who is doing that, please, is a scammer. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because there's over about fake different GDNA accounts that will be reaching out to you. Please, it's not from me. They are all scammers. Anything they say, please block them. All right, so I needed to change it to that disclaimer so that while I'm teaching, anybody that joins can also, it said two have reached out to me already. All right, so that's just two. It remains two more that will most likely reach out to you. They are all scammers. And the reason why they are doing that is they want to leverage on the good work which they see that we are doing here. So please be very careful. This statement saved you. For anybody who is joining, it will never be from me. And that's why I said follow me. If you don't follow me, the tendency of following the wrong accounts, I'm falling for a wrong account is very high. I will never come to your DM. Okay, back to our conversation. Thank you to everyone following. Back to our conversation. Let me turn my board so that we can start the conversation from there. Where is okay? Okay. So I think I'm entering back into my zone right now. I've been away on the celebration of one of my son. He had his award today. All right. So I said this yesterday. I say for every one of us, and this is why we have to be very strategic. Every one of us, this is practically like the pathway or the life trajectory for everyone. Either you are in the diaspora or you are anywhere, but this is applicable more to those of us in the diaspora. I call this place age. I call this place progress. And this is practically what everybody will most likely go through in a lifetime. How do I mean? Let me break it. From age 0 to age 18, this is a dependency phase of your life whereby nobody's expecting you to really make anything extraordinary about your life. Why? Because you would always depend on people, so that you can have the kind of life you came to look for. But after this age 18, there is a critical age. I usually call it age 18 to age 60. And why do I say 60? Ideally, in the UK for us is 67, which is retirement. But you know what this is? This is one of the most critical season of your life. I call it the active season. This is the active season of your life. And what by active, I mean, this is a place whereby you can dream, number one. Then you can create and build. All right. Why? Because this is where you have strength to do many things. This is where you have energy to push. This is where you have energy to do extra shifts, do double jobs and the likes. But unfortunately for many of us, the way we use this place, we use it purely as employee. In other words, we use it in a system whereby we are building another man's dream. So you are actually building, you are creating, but unfortunately you are creating another man's dream. Why? Because all that some of us are using this season to do is becoming an employee. And the disadvantage of being an employee. Number one, being an employee, it has limited how much you can become in life. How do I mean? Number one, your earning potential is limited. People don't just give you money because they feel, let's increase your salary by 100%. You never see it. In the corporate space, for instance, I was working as a digital marketing manager for one of the biggest logistics firms in the UK. Even when I was there, the highest increment my salary has seen in a normal level is 3% growth. 3%. Do you know that there are many of us here that for the next 5 years, except if the government increases the minimum wage, your salary most likely will never change? But don't forget, you are building another man's thing. But your potential of earning and what is coming to you is already pegged, is limited. Another disadvantage of this is they only keep you based on how much productivity they see that you are bringing. The moment they notice that you are no longer productive again, that's where you start seeing HR writing letter to you, or they want to downscale. These are the people whom they first think of. So it's very, very important for us to know that this active season of our life, if this is all we are using it to do, I'm asking myself the question, is it going to take care of you? Because if this is all you are doing, what you'll be living off with when you come to this place is called pension. All right. So let me remind us, for most of us who are in the UK, if you check your pay slip, there are two deductions that they do on your pay slip. Number one is your personal pension. The second one, we call it the NI contribution. Now, let me paint the question for us so that you can get what it looks like. All right. Your pension, you do it regularly. Some of us do £100, some of us do on £200, and the case may be. But unfortunately, this money, you don't have access to it until retirement. All right. But you have access to a minimum or a maximum of 25%, I guess, at age 55. So imagine at this phase of your life, you've accumulated about £100,000, and God forbid, at age 43 or age 50, you had a critical emergency that you needed to respond to. Even though you have this money here in the pension system, you can never touch it. Increase my screen anyway. So you can never touch it, even though you have access to it. So the only time they are willing to give it to you is when you are retired at age 68. The question for me is it age 68 you want to start enjoying your life, when you want to carry your wife on vacation to Bali? Active season, you are using it to build something in quotes which they tell you is for your future, but in the immediate now, there's nothing taking care of you. And I keep praying for you that nothing will happen to your health. Your workplace will not find a reason to downscale you and to remove you from whatever you are doing. Guys, the other thing you earn from here is called state pension. State pension. This is where many people don't even know that what they are building with is not going to take care of them. Right? This is where your NI contribution goes to. So what is state pension? Your NI contribution is what they use to pay those who have retired at 68 in the now. So whatever we are contributing now, they are using it to take care of those who are retired already. So what is NI contribution? For you to qualify for NI contribution, you must have done for you to qualify for state pension, rather, you must have done NI contribution for a minimum of 10 years. Minimum. That means, I'm not saying you should have been in the UK for 10 years minimum. I said you must have contributed a minimum of 10 years in NI before you can qualify for state pension. Then, for that 10 years that you have contributed, you will be qualified for the minimum amount. What is the minimum amount? It is relative. That is not even my concern. The concern for me is for you to qualify for the full state pension at retirement, you must have done NI contribution for a minimum of 35 years of your life. All right. So it simply means that if the retirement age is 67, and you have to do 35 years of NI contribution before you can get the maximum amount that is given as NI, means that you must have started working without any break in the UK for a minimum of 32 years. So in other words, anybody who came into the UK after 32 years should not be expecting a full NI contribution payment. A full state pension, rather. But the government will still keep collecting your NI from you. So you cannot stop it. But many of us don't know that this is what we are actually banking on when you are just an employee at your retirement. Now, the other part that is now even very funny is, what do you think is the maximum amount? Currently, the maximum amount per month at retirement is less than £1,000 per month. Is less than £1,000 per month. So imagine somebody who had worked hard and was earning around 2.5 or 3k per month before retirement when he had energy. Now that your energy has diminished and you don't have air strength to push like before again, government is saying that when we feel you need more money, this is the all that we can give you, £1,000, less than £1,000 per month. And I'm saying this is what many of us are building. It's funny. This is what many of us are creating during this season. Why? Because all we are doing is just 9 to 5 as being an employee. So, and I'm saying that whatever you do during this season of your life, is going to determine this next phase of your life. I like calling it 60 to let's average of 88 years, the life expectancy. So between 60 to 88, whatever you have done with this period of your life is going to determine what this period of your life will look like. This is another dependency state. Why? Because you cannot walk again at this phase. So you are going to be living off what you are doing here. And that's why I'm asking, what are you building now? What are you doing? Whatever you are building, is it going to take care of you this period? You see why people are sometimes forced to go to care home. Why? Because what they have is not able to sustain them. So can you see why we have to start asking ourselves, what I am building right now, is it going to give me the kind of life I am looking for, or I came to UK to look for? And that's why we're having this conversation about this quadrant. Guys, there is no system that was designed to make you wealthy. There's no system that was designed to take care of you. There is no system anywhere. And that is why we have to start talking about this. Guys, I saw a news that somebody shared with me. Let me see if I have the link. Let me check my Telegram and see if I can find the link and share it here. Did I save it? I'm not sure if I do. Okay, I did not. There was a news that was released yesterday. I saw it on this what do we call it, Forbes publication, a news. I don't know how many of you also saw it. Forbes publication. And this is why what we are saying today is critical. Yesterday, 20th of May, Facebook laid off 7,000 staffs. Facebook laid off 7,000 staffs. I'm not talking about cleaner staffs. You know, when they sent the mail, number one, they told them not to come to office that day. They sent the mail 4 a.m. in the morning, laying off 7,000 staffs. It sounds like no be me, no fit happen to me. But just imagine somebody who has been building and assuming the salary per month for that per year for that person is £100,000. Do you see how somebody can drastically fall from 100,000 to £0 per year just because he's building on something that I call eggshell? Why do I call it eggshell? The moment they don't need you again, it is easy for them to knock you off. And I'm saying, unfortunately, this is what many of us are using the strength of our life, the active season of our life, as employee. Is it wrong to be an employee? Is it bad? The answer is no. Every one of us that literally came into this country, we will start from here. We would have to start from here. But the point for me is, if this is all you are doing, hope you know that number one, how much you can earn, you have put a peg on your capacity to earn. Number one. Number two, you are only there as much as valuable as your company sees you. Guys, let me turn this thing and look at my face when I want to say this one to you. Guys, I needed to mention to you why they were fired. Facebook said because of AI, they've been able to take away some jobs and introduce AI to take care of it. And they said it will be saving them nothing less than $3 billion in a year. Guys, I said something, was it 2 or 3 days ago? I said you have to pay attention to where technology and your role is going. Why? Because this is the future. So imagine somebody who is a programmer, manually programming things. But because this guy did not know that they can develop a simple AI, bam, that can literally replace him. Guys, I was looking at Claude today. If you know this Claude co-work, and I was seeing a Claude skill set for business owner, whereby from that place you can create a virtual assistant. Guys, virtual assistants will soon lose their job. I'm not prophesying doom. I'm just telling you where the future is going. From there, you can create a system whereby we look in, you can connect all your payment accounts to it. You can practically prepare your tax from it just using Claude co-work AI. Do you know the number of work that is going to be swept away in just some few months or some few years away as this thing gets better? I used to think it would take another 2 years for this thing to get better. With the advent of AI, things are changing literally every 3 months. With technology, it was changing like every 2 years or every 3 years. Why? Because if you go to school in year one or in year one to study a course, before you came out from university, because of the development of technology, what you studied is obsolete already. Now with AI, the workspace is changing. The dynamics are really, really changing. And that's why you have to start paying attention. What is the nexus of AI or IT with my space? What is the nexus connection? That means how are you doing? Because if you don't pay attention to it, if we talk about laying off people, it is people that are replaceable that they lay off. Guys, it's not AI that is taking the job. It's the people who know how to use it, because it's somebody that will still use it at the long run. So can you see why you have to pay attention to development? Many years ago, there used to be an agricultural season whereby people were just agriculture was the big thing. After a while, industrialization came. People could do industries. Suddenly, agriculture was reduced. From industrialization, we start having technological development. Suddenly, people were not having to go for brick and mortar again. Why? Because technology was making easy. With just my phone, I could do many things. So we thought that was the biggest thing. After a while, internet boom came in. Internet showed us that the whole globe was a very small place. Can you imagine the 95 people that I'm talking to? They are in different places, but with the advent of internet, I've been able to meet everyone together. People thought that was the highest thing that would happen. Guys, AI is another generation. It's showing that once you cannot move in that direction, guys, it's just a matter of time. It's just like when you remember many years ago, those who were using typewriter, they used to be the in thing in town. Many years ago, typewriter was the in thing in town. Now it's like virtual assistant is one of the main in thing in town. I give you some few months, you will literally see an AI that will never complain, an AI that will never reject work, an AI that will never ask for increment in pay, an AI that can get the work done faster will be replacing some of those people. So you need to sit down and ask yourself, even though I'm an employee right now, what am I doing to connect myself with growth and development, especially in my space? I remember before I left my company where I was working, one of the major things that has becoming a criteria in our employment series is how can you prompt AI? How can you use AI? Why? Because we discovered that what could have taken us 3 weeks or 3 days to do as our marketing department, with an AI system that we have customized for our department, we can actually literally punch things out in 30 minutes. So you find out that over time, people are looking at speed. How do I get better at what I'm doing? How can I improve at what I'm doing? I just said that to tell people that are still in the employment space, that start thinking of your future. If you think it's going to be like this forever, you are the one that is still going to hold the lower end of the stick. So sit down and ask yourself, as we were speaking yesterday, myself and Omo, we're talking about career to you. You should ask yourself, where actually is the positioning? What kind of job can I do that can command more income? It's not every job. There are some jobs that the salary will never increase. It will never increase no matter how much you do. The only way it can increase is when government increase minimum wage. So that level, you should start asking yourself, how can I earn more? How can I move from where I am? So I came into this country as a warehouse. I came into this country as a carer. How can I move from where I am to the next phase? Time is not waiting. Somebody says stagnancy. I say stagnancy is a delusion. You know why stagnancy is a delusion? Because it is measured as against something that is not stagnant. Time. You know, stagnancy is a delusion. The reason why I say so is with respect to time. It's either you are behind schedule or you are on schedule or ahead of schedule. So with respect to time, which is not stagnant, there's nothing called stagnancy. So you have to ask yourself, what am I doing to become better than what I was doing yesterday? That I'm not starting another career talk today. I just said I should chip that in so that people can start thinking why I'm still doing this. What are the certification? What is the growth opportunity I can look for? How is technology interacting with my space? How is AI interacting with my space? How can I be the go-to person when they need something to do? So if they are thinking of downscaling the department, I am not the person they would ever think of. Why? Because I have stood out. And you know the funniest thing, the older you become, the less conference you go, the less development you give yourself. I don't know why. Is somebody that is not making me leave this particular topic. Guys, work on your active season. Build something for yourself. Don't depend on systems that is not constant. Those systems depend on system that is ever dynamic. Why? Because something is forcing it to change. It's called AI. It's called development. It's called technology. So where you were or what you were doing. So in fact, before I left my 9 to 5, I was talking with one of my junior executive. I said, "Do you know that our work one of these days will be taken over? It's just a matter of time." He said, "I'm a digital marketing manager, blah blah blah." Now there is actually an AI agent that I can create, and that AI agent will not just only design websites. It will do email marketing for me. It will undo socials for me. It will run ads for me. Can you see the number of work? He has taken the work of 4 people already. Guys, let's wake up. Reality is dawning at us. But like I said, this is not what we are talking about today. Let's move to the next thing, which I want us to talk about. Now, the second part, because this is how your movement must be if you want to enter into that reason why you came into this UK. This is a good start. Awesome. Whatever I can do to grow this ladder, I will keep doing it while I am still doing it. But I know that this place cannot take care of my future. So I will not stop there. The next thing is to move to the second quadrant. And this is where we are talking about today. It's called the self-employment, or what people sometimes call side hustle. I don't like using the word side hustle because I'm giving value. It's what people call the self-employment. What makes this place different from this place? I'll mention some of the things. Then we'll look at how can you start moving from this place and how can you develop or pay attention to this place. The first thing that makes this place stand out is the fact that your earning capacity, there is no limit on it. This place, there's a limit on how much they can pay you per hour. There's a limit on how much you can make at the end of this month. But this place, there is no limit to what you can earn. Why? Because this place runs on something called value. This place runs on something called value. Remember, the reason why they are keeping you in your work is because of the value you are bringing. But beyond the value that you are bringing, there's no increments in your earning. Can we start thinking of that same value and understand that there is a bigger picture of where this value is required and people are willing to exchange that value for money? Another thing which I want you to identify is when I use the word value, it means there is a problem that I can create solution for and people are willing to pay me money for. So in other words, you must understand that the equation here is not about running after money. It's about asking yourself, what bigger problem can I solve? If I can solve a problem that 10 people are requiring it and they are willing to pay me £10 per month, that means I can create an additional £100 without anything special. Why? Because I have identified the problem. Another word which I like to qualify it is demand. What demand can I see that I am supplying to? Can you see that money is just an outcome? Is an outcome, is not the producing factor. Money is an outcome. So the more the problem I solve, the more the potential of earning this guy. The reason why people like Elon Musk is earning more is because they are solving problem of a bigger number, of a bigger demand. Can you see why the rich cannot stop solving problem? Why? Because they know this is what commands this thing. So we have to start thinking and understanding the real game. We have to understand that salary is good, but that is the only thing that can limit us. And this is what I'm saying, that ask yourself, what problem can I solve? What demand can I create solution to? You are working on your city center every day. You are going to work every day. You are listening to people on TikTok every day. Are you just listening to the cruise? Or is your ear able to identify problem and ask yourself, is there anything in me that can resonate by creating solution to this problem? Guys, there's no bigger secret to making money, and I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Before you think of digital course, digital this, digital that, please remove that one from your head. Ask yourself, what problem am I solving? What problem have I been able to identify that I can provide solution to? And because of that solution, people are willing to exchange for it. Do you know that even on TikTok affiliate shop, thank you so much. Do you know that you can buy crayfish? crayfish. You can buy crayfish on TikTok shop. You can buy crayfish. Why? Because there are set of people that moved from West Africa and they came to UK, and there's still that demand for that African dish, African, whatever you call it. And when you saw it, we go for it. On this TikTok shop, you'll be shocked that you can buy iru. What's the English word for iru? Locust beans. You'll be shocked. I'm saying that why? Because if you don't start thinking in that direction, some of you will keep complaining about the fact that money is not coming. I cannot make money, is that I can't. Life is difficult. Why? Because you have not sat down to understand that the door only opens to those who are solving problem. Money gravitates in the direction of value. You see why I was telling this my dear lady yesterday, what's her name again? Omo, you are not a content creator. You are a value creator. Why? Because you're already solving a problem. And you know what I like about everybody who is on this live stream? Nobody was born empty. Everybody was born with something significant, something unique, something different. I don't like doing this, but let me show you my own. How was my own like? So that you can understand what I'm saying. I remember I told you guys, I said, as at 2004, December, I was in overdraft debt of minus 2,800. And I was a digital marketing manager working in a corporate space. But my account was not showing it. Why? Because the only stream that was coming was not even enough to take care of my future. My children, I have 5 children, 1 wife. It was not even enough to take care of us. Until I met somebody that actually helped me to see something in a different way. And I discovered that, do you know that everything I ever needed to command more income is actually in my hand? I don't need to look outside for it. It actually has been with me. I've been carrying it for literally 14 years of my life. But because my eyes was fixated on one direction, the way the system expects us to do it, look for a second job, increase in your work, increase your, what do we call it, make progression in your job, and that's why you can earn more money. Until I started doing it, and I'll show you what my outcome was for last year. Guys, whatever I'm showing here, I don't show to brag. That's why you never see a number on my head say, come and learn how to make kini cooking. I don't do that. Why? Because I really know what works, and I want to show you. Let me show you before I go into tonight's teaching. All right, so let me turn my screen and I'll open one of my payment portal and show you what last year was like. All right, so let me turn again. All right, so let me open. Many of you would know Stripe. Stripe is a payment platform whereby you can receive payment for services you offer. All right, so this is Stripe. I will log in front of you. So there's no screenshot anywhere that I'm doing. All right, so that's my login information. It's going to ask me for a code, I guess. Yeah. So let me check the authentic. Guys, I will have to go off for some few seconds so I can pick the authentication code and I'll be back again. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm back. I've been able to get the authentication code. Let's continue now. It's going to log in right now. So this is my Stripe account, like I mentioned. I'll just scroll down a little bit. You can see gross 44, right? Net. I believe you can see it. It should be big enough for you to see. Let me increase the size. Net 42,000. Guys, we're not talking salary here. This is not salary. I just need to remind you, we're not talking salary here. All right, so let me click on more details. When I click on more details, let me check from January 2025. January 2025 to December 2025. December 2025. apply. So it's telling me after they've removed their own fee for the whole of December of 2025, this is the extra amount I have made outside my 9 to 5. By using the same thing I'm teaching you right now, this is the amount I made. Please don't ask me what am I offering. Please, that's the wrongest question to ask. Let's continue. Now, I'd like to also show you, if you look at the bottom here, look at it. It shows you here, January. Remember I told you as at December, I was in overdraft debt of minus 2,800. By just putting myself in a place of value, look at it. January, 448, right? February, how much did you see? 7,000. March, 4,000. April, 3,000 plus. May, 4,000 plus. June, 2,000 plus. July, 1,000 plus. August, 3,000 plus. September, 600. October, 2,200. November, 5,000 plus. December, 3,000 plus. Guys, if it happens only once for 1 or 2 months, it's a fluke. When something is happening back to back, there is a secret behind it. That's number one. I just also want to mention that you know that this is almost, or was almost, is more than somebody's annual salary. Is more than somebody's annual salary. How are you, bro? Another thing I want to mention to you, guys, I don't brag. I'm the last person that will do that. Another thing I want to mention to you is that do you know that all that I was offering, I only come online on Saturdays alone. So imagine I go to work Monday to Friday, and at the end of the year, all that they have qualified me to earn is not more than 50,000 pounds Monday to Friday. Thank you so much. And I am doing something by the side, only doing it on Saturday, and it has generated more than my income, my take home from a salary perspective. And I'm asking myself that, so I could have actually been sitting down, be complaining that there is no money, be complaining that life is not hard, is hard, be complaining that things are not working. I could have been complaining. Why within my reality is the fact that there is something I can bring as value that can actually literally start changing my story in this same UK. By the grace of God, from this same thing, we were able to purchase our own house. We just used 4 months to put the money together. 4 months. Guys, salary cannot do this. With what I am showing, you should know that I literally do not need to live on my salary. I literally did not need to live on my salary. So when I'm saying you have to start identifying problem, many of us were bakers from Nigeria. Number one. Number two, many of us were hairdressers from Nigeria. Many of us had skills, services that people are demanding for here in the UK from Nigeria. But unfortunately, we entered into system and we allowed the system to swallow up our years of experience. And you just felt like, okay, we are starting from the scratch. Are they saying start and forget everything you have? Do you know that for everything you were doing in Nigeria, there is a version of it that there's a demand for here in the UK? Guys, you have to start thinking differently. I'm not saying run after money. If you notice what I've been saying since, I'm saying there is problem and there is value. The moment you can start identifying problem, beneath every problem is an opportunity to make money. Beneath every value you are creating is an opportunity to make money. And guys, this has nothing to do with digital product. Please don't mix it up. And that's why you see I'm using examples that if you don't start opening your eyes and opening your mind, unfortunately you would have yourself to blame for a long period of time. And this is why today's topic, I call it stretching yourself to wealth zones. I call it stretching yourself to wealth zones. If I did not do this, and when I tell you that, like last year, I had no reason to use overdraft, I had no reason to use credit card. Now you can understand why. You can understand why I had no reason. So because I opened my mind and now discover I can start building my own. I can start creating my own. I have a digital marketing agency registered here in the UK. On TikTok here, I teach about finance. That's only 2 out of the different problems that I've located and I'm trying to solve, and it's taking care. You see why I can literally resign after 2 years working in the corporate space? Guys, you have to start asking yourself, what is my journey like? What is my plan? Where am I going? Where I am right now, does it look like where I want to go? If the answer is no, the question is, how are you creating the pathway? My name is Jide Neye. If you are joining me for the first time, I'm your favorite financial educator here on TikTok. And I do this thing once every quarter called the Smart Financial Move, where I stream for 15 days back to back, covering different topics. First topic I'll let you understand is the system was never designed to make you wealthy. If you are always waiting for the system to give you the kind of life you came here to look for, you will be on a long team. The immigration is already showing you that it's like that. So you have to understand that within this system, how can I position and leverage the opportunities within system to create the kind of life I want for myself? So we looked at that on the first day. We talked about dealing with debt the next day to let you know that debt is a product. Debt is not a blessing. Is a product to enrich those who created it. I showed you in that class that many of you did not know what you have been paying in debt. For instance, I looked at my record, my account record from 2022 to 2023, and I discovered that overdraft interest alone, I've paid nothing less than £770. Overdraft interest alone. So I said, go and pull out your account statement for the past 4 months. Within your account statement, you start seeing secrets. You see your spending pattern. You see where your money is going to. You see what are the things that is actually not a need for you, but it's taking your money because of a lifestyle. So you have to understand the game of debt. You have to understand that it was created to make you live a pseudo life. You are trying to become what you don't have already. Going for money overdraft is already showing that your lifestyle cannot sustain it. So imagine somebody who bought a car of £23,000. You are a carer. You bought a car of £23,000. The only stream which money is coming in is salary. I only pray for you that they will not sack you. I pray for you that you will not have health issue. Then you know the burden of debt. Why? Because you are banking on only one stream of income. So it becomes a debt that, number one, what you are using it to buy is a consumable. What is a consumable? A consumable is something that is a liability. It's not bringing money to you, it's taking money from you. So you find that if you don't pay attention to the lifestyle we are living, we'll practically continue. And should I tell you, debt is a major trap. Debt would make some people never rest for the rest of their life. Why? Because they will need to keep feeding it until they can come out of it. I say it to you that please, beyond just looking at that money in your overdraft as your own, start asking yourself, how can I create my own? How can I create something to my name? How can I stop training myself to get used to negative perpetually in my account? Like it is normal to have negative before the end of the month. How can I start creating it? Can you see there's two different things? The first person is saying, it's not possible, Jare, in this UK. Everybody is suffering, Jare. What a person will keep working and passing value, passing problem, passing opportunity, and will never see it. Why? Because of the way he's thinking. While the other person is asking how. Do you know what how does to you? How brings your brain to work and tell you what can you see. Suddenly the same thing that you have been seeing around you or you've been hearing on TikTok, you start hearing it differently. Can you see why your mindset really goes a long way in determining what you become? I say victory in life is 80% mindset, 20% strategy. 80% mindset. If your mind is saying it cannot, it will never happen. If your mind is saying they are lying, yes, they will keep lying to you. If your mindset is saying it's possible, it is possible. Because the way God has created us is we should be like our Father, creators. We should also start solving problems. The thing you are running after and you are complaining that it's not enough, is it not somebody that created it? So I am calling to awaken the thing in you saying, don't get used to debt, especially the way we use it. We use it for consumables. So we don't use it to buy assets. We don't use it to build business. We use it on Klarna. We use it to do Timo. We use it to buy things that will never add money to us. That is a poor way of using debt. And that's one thing that makes the rich different from the poor when it comes to using debt. Then the third day, we talked about credit reports, because many of people are saying the reason why they have credit card is because they are building their credit report. I say it's not possible. You can practically not have a credit card and your credit report will still be good. It will still grow in this country. Why? Because there's about 10 things that if you put those things into perspective, your credit rating in this country can become good. And I showed you. I don't know if I showed you. This is my credit card. It's broken already. I don't need it again. I don't need to live it. Why? I need to know I am doing well. I don't want to feel I am doing well. I don't want to show on social media that it seems like I'm doing. I need to know I am doing well. Why? Because this is why I came. I came for a better life. I came to build something for myself. So anything that is not going to help me to build towards it, I run away from it like a plague. So we spoke about credit card. Guys, all these videos, I've loaded it on my YouTube channel for free. So if you missed any of these days, just go to my bio, click on the second link there where you see subscribe to YouTube channel. You can watch the video for free. So we have 5 days that has been loaded there. Then the day before yesterday, we spoke about the quadrants, which I am talking about gradually now. We spoke about how you have to start creating your journey gradually from where you are to where you want to be. You have to create it because nobody is going to come here to save you. Nobody is going to come here to help you. You have to be pay attention to this. Very, very important. Now, we said something yesterday when we talked about the career space, and I had Omo. Omo came and he did a very good work. And today I'm talking about the second part of the quadrant, which is the self-employment, stretching yourself to wealth zone. That is the same place whereby last year what I made from side hustle was more than what my salary was giving me. Stretching yourself to wealth zones. And that's why we want to have this conversation. I will advise you, bring out your biro and your paper. And please, from now till the end of this month, I'll be showing up 6 p.m. every day to cover more topics. Why? Because there are several other topics that we've not even touched. We're talking about insurance. We'll have a place talking about building the next generation. We'll talk about networking, mentoring, and accountability. We have a section where we'll talk about business. My friend, any idea will be here to talk to her about business. I am a master of investments. I'll come here to talk about investment. I'll talk about building assets as against liability. So we'll have a different section between now. Trust me, I'll tell you, this will be one of the best seasons on TikTok that you've ever experienced. So if you are not following me, trust me, you will not be hearing things that will help you out. Following me is easy. Just do it. And please, I'll never reach out to you in your DM to ask you for anything. Anybody who is talking to your DM about using my picture is a scammer. Avoid it. All right, so let me now take today's topic. Stretching yourself to wealth zones. Some people call it making more money, but I call it stretching yourself to wealth zones. You have to understand, like I said, that it is the problem you are solving. You are not selling a thing. You are solving a problem. Guys, once you start seeing money differently, the way I'm talking, you see how it is easy to command more. It is not that you are trying to sell. That's why when I look at people doing TikTok shop and they are trying to convince people to buy at all costs, I say these people don't know that they are solving a problem. In marketing, we call it pain points. We ask ourselves, what is the pain that people are facing here? And I'm asking myself, how can I bring the value from it? Imagine everything I've been saying since morning. And I now told you guys, if you want to get more insights to all what I've shared, this book really made a difference. The courage to be disliked. Guys, how many of you will most likely buy this book tonight? Many of you will most likely buy from me. Why? Because I am identifying a problem and I am solving it. Hence, money is now responding to the problem I'm solving. I'm saying so. Why? Because when you are walking on your street, you should start seeing differently. The Caribbean shop guy, that Arab guy, saw a problem. What was the problem? Africans have migrated to this region. There will be need for African foods. They will need their eforiro. They will need pomo and they will need the likes. Somebody needs to provide that offer. Once I provide it, money can start flowing in my direction. So the guy did not create shop because he wants to create shop. He's creating shop because he has seen a problem he wants to solve. And guys, this has nothing to do with what you studied in school. This has nothing to do with if you know banking and finance. No, just identify problem. And we'll be talking about how can you stretch yourself into this thing. This is how wealth is built. Guys, look at your Forbes list. Look at everybody that you are seeing there, especially the top 4 or top 5. You will see something that is unique about them. They have a service they are offering. They have a product they are selling. By extension, they have a problem they are solving. They have a problem they are solving. They are not begging you for money. But because they are solving more problem, more money is coming to their direction. I'm going to make it as simple. So what is the first thing? The first thing is not to look for a product to sell. Especially when you want to do something and you see your future in it, that you are going to be in this thing for a long period of time, you have to make sure you do it the right way. You know, Omo used to talk about it yesterday when he was talking about career. Many people go for data analyst because they tell you data analyst is the in thing. But inside you, there is no data analyst. That extension, when you get into the job, you start struggling a lot. Why? Because you are not living true to who you are. And this is why I want to talk about this first thing. It's called identifying your core talent. Some people call it skill. Identifying your core talent. The creator who created you placed it in you for a reason. He placed that thing in you for a reason. But many of us, either through our childhood, when we're growing, our parents has killed it in many of us. They saw that you were talking, they say you are a talkative. Instead of them saying that you are a communicator like Jide. So they were identifying something, but they were the nomenclature with which they were calling it was already killing. They say, keep your mouth shut, you are talking too much. Stop doing this, you are acting too much. You are doing this, you are doing this. But they are not paying, and I'm begging us, because we are parents, and if we are not careful, we are going to replicate the same in our children. When you start seeing your children doing some things gracefully, doing it without struggle, sit down and ask yourself, is this a pointer to something that is unique about this boy or about this girl? Instead of trying, I believe we are no longer in the generation where everybody wants their children to become doctors. I believe we have passed that generation. Or do we still have them here? Whereby you have to go to university and become an engineer for you to make it. I hope we have moved beyond that generation. My people, I hope we are no longer in that generation. Why? Because you discover that instead of you as a parent, your work is to discover and to mold. Discover your work, and I want to say this because it's a little bit emotional, but I have to say it. Please don't try and leave your failure in your children. Don't try and live the life that you did not achieve in your children. How do I mean? You wanted to be a doctor or you wanted to be a lawyer. For one strange reason, you could not be a lawyer. Because of that, you want your children to be a lawyer. Please don't replicate failure again. I'm begging you. And I'm saying that why? Because many of us are victim of it already. Don't replicate the same in your children. But back to our conversation. Identify that thing. Very important. Somebody said his own forced him to become medical field and he was meant to be a tech guy. It's never too late. That's the beautiful part of it. Identify it. Why? Because this is what I call your natural habitat. Can you have my contact? Just send me a message, please. This is what I call your natural habitat. How do I mean? Imagine you take lion. You know lion now? The presumed king of the jungle, right? Take lion and take one small fish, fingerlings, those small ones. Put both of them inside water. Tell them to run 100 meters race. Guys, who do you think will win? Lion, king of the jungle, and one small fry. Put both of them inside water. Tell them to run 100 meters. Guys, comment section, who do you think will win? Comment, who will win? Let me see if I go see strange answer tonight. I'm waiting. Comments, who will win? Thank God nobody say lion. Why will the fish win? And those say I must see somebody we go south. Why will the fish win? The fish will win because he's in his natural habitat. As big as the lion is, the fish will win because it's in his natural. Guys, you need to become a baby again to listen to what I'm saying. And I'm being honest with you. It's called a remolding for some of us. The fish will win because it's in his natural habitat. It is in the core of his DNA. He was wired to succeed inside water. Unfortunately, many of us are carbon copy, photocopying people around, and we are saying life is not working. Why? Because we are photocopying. Now they will tell you that it's pure water that is working. All of us will move to start selling pure water. They'll tell you that the next thing is DBA. All of us will move to start selling DBA. But you have not sat down to ask yourself, what comes to me as my habitat? And I'll give you 3 ways in which you can identify this thing. Please, this has nothing to do with the course you study or the job you are doing now. For many of us, it literally has nothing to do. What we are doing now is for survival. It's not really what we are called to become for many of us. And I can say that with a lot of no reservation. Now, how can you start knowing this thing? Number one, what is that thing? So I said you should take paper and Bible, remember. What is that thing that when I do it, time seemingly becomes no longer significant? How do I mean? Time seemingly looks like it's on suspension. What is that thing that when I do it, I've even forgotten where, I've used 1 hour. Guys, like, do you know I've been talking for about 50 minutes plus? Do you know that? Yesterday, we were speaking for how many hours? About almost 4 hours. What is that thing that if money is not a factor, that when you start doing it, you just find out that you are graced to do it and time seemingly is not a factor again. It's like time is on suspension. For some of us, for instance, my wife is somebody who likes baking. She's into baking cakes and all those stuff. She's a carer. She can go to work and come back and she's tired. And she came back around 10 p.m. If she has an offer to deliver, she might be very tired, but immediately she enter kitchen, from nowhere, that strength will start. She might now finish 1 p.m., 1 a.m. and be looking like they drug her. To her natural, she comes alive. Sometimes she will cook, she will tell me to taste it and say, can I feel the zest taste of the lemon? I say, wait. Me that to eat gone is work. You are asking me to start separating taste. This one, the zest taste. What you concern me with zest? Some of you, you will enter into a hall or enter into a room or enter into a space. You can already see how you can restructure the room in a very beautiful and a better way. For some of us, we are just entering to look for the chair, the next chair to sit down. So for you, it comes naturally. You are not trying to do it. Before, it's like there's an inner picture inside you that you are seeing the outcome even before you start. It comes to you naturally. That is number one. Number two, what is that thing that you do that when you do it, sometimes people around you used to say, I like the way you do it. Please, can you come and do it for us? For instance, when you do such a thing, one of the ways in your workplace, some of you will start identifying this. When there's a particular task that they need somebody to help solve, you are the one they usually go to. People are already telling you that there's something exceptional about the way you do it in the midst of every other person that is doing it. So people commend you for it. People don't make mistakes about who they need to go to if that problem is coming up. It's already pointing to you that there is something in you. I remember once when I was streaming and one of my subscribers then came and said, I just noticed this, Jide. When I used to work she was working in the call center. And whenever she's working, good evening, how are you doing? Whenever she's working, people will call her, but before they go, they start telling her about their problems. There's just something about her that when they hear her voice, they feel vulnerable and they are willing to talk and they feel rest of mind by the time they are gone. I said, do you know that there's something inside you, inside that thing that can make you money for a lifetime? It might not be in the call center, but there is something in you that will make you money for a lifetime in that thing. So what is that thing that you do that people tell you that, wow, I just like the way you do it? For instance, when I grill chicken, my wife just usually tell me, Jide, I like eating your grilled chicken. I don't know what she sees. Maybe I can turn it to money, I don't even know. But there's just something like that. The third way you can identify this thing called your core gift is the fact that when you are walking or you go around and you see the way they do it, something in you gets angry that it can be done better. Something is you just saying, no, you guys, we can do it better. For instance, me, if I dey scroll or I dey hear anybody talk about finance and I see that the decision they are making is looking like what is this, something in me carry the matter on top of myself. No, this can be done better. So can you see 3 major things that can point you to what is natural in you? Some of you need to sit back and go back to your childhood and start from there. Please, it has nothing to do with what you are doing as career now. What is that? And why do you need that thing? You will never struggle to do it. You will never struggle to do it. All of us cannot have the same money routes or the same money routes. You will never struggle to do it. There is just something in you that can see ahead of time in that space. Why? Because God wired it in you for a reason. And I'm praying for you that God will help you to see that thing again. For anybody that they have killed it based on what they've said to you, on what you have experienced, that God will allow that thing to flame up back in you. In Jesus' name. That is my first thing. Then the second thing is I have identified it. I have seen that, wow, this thing, I enjoy doing it. But how can I convert it to money? That's the next thing. Can you see that the first thing is not creating products or looking for something to sell? And that is why you keep running from helter skelter, trying to sell many things, and it seems like it's not working. Why? Because you are living in denial to something that is in your core. The second thing is, now that you have identified this skill, look around you, research and ask or find out who is the person who is doing something similar to this in a commercial scale. To you, it is that people just feel comfortable when we talk to me. Look around you, look in the industry, look through the internet, use your AI to ask questions. Excuse me. Who is doing something similar to this skill set that I have that is doing well? What are you trying to discover? You are trying to see the commercial side to what you call talent, what you call raw skill. You are trying to walk towards somebody who is already living in the reality of what you are just discovering in a raw state. So it's important for you to know that when you start seeing them, something starts shifting in your mind. So that same thing that you are seeing as ordinary, something internally is shifting. Like for me now, let me cover this person with name. Yes, not let me say yesterday. One of these days, something happened. And when we are done, and I told this person that, do you know that the same thing you are doing, I am doing it, but people are paying me to do it. He said, really? I have to wake up, I have to do this. Why can I take that direction? I have discovered my value, number one. Number two, I have seen somebody who is replicating the same thing, who is using that same thing, and is coming in a commercial scale for that person. Why do you move close to people like that when you identify them? You need to move close to them. Why? Because they will become your mentor. What is their work? Their work is to help you. God helping you when you meet the right one. Their work is to help you, hold you from where you are, and start showing you the commercial side to what you are doing. They call it mentoring. Now, I am able to, I love numbers. How can I convert my numbers to money? I love taking care of people. How can I convert my taking care of people to money? To me, it comes to me naturally. I just enjoy doing it. How can I stop complaining that the money I have from my salary is not enough and start using this stream as a source of income? Some of you just see yourself that people like coming around you. But have you sat down to ask yourself, what does this translate to me? What do people see that they just come around me? You are just a networker. You can bring A and B and connect them together, and they will say thank you, and they have gone. But you left the live stream with zero. Why? Because you have not sat down to look and ask yourself, this thing I'm doing, how can I convert it to a value? Because I'm already solving a problem. How can I commercialize it? Guys, there's no crime in commercializing your skill. That was why God gave you in the first place. The reason why some of us will remain hungry for a long period of time is because we have looked at what God has given us. We have called it common. But God has placed it in you. Why? Because this is what will take care of your future. This is what will take care of you. Many of us have utilized it only as employees, but you have not sat down to ask yourself, is this the best that this thing can become? That's even for those who are working in it. If you want to say don't commercialize your value or your skill, please go and talk to the richest man, Aliko Dangote. The more a guy they get money, he's still looking at how to expand more. Guys, you must know how the money equation works. Is value equals money. Nobody will dash you money. There is no free money anywhere. So once you have identified that core talent, start asking yourself, who are big players? I usually say if you can pick 3 big players, depending on how you play. For me, I like thinking globally. So people who I'm looking at, I am following, I am learning from. I have two who are global, one that is local in UK. Why? Because what I am seeing about myself, what you see me doing here is small. Guys, I will not continue this forever. Not because I'm running away. Why? Because this is just a training ground. This is a starting point for me. I will not continue this in this zone forever. Do you know that the whole UK is just the size of just one state in the US? Of just one state in the US. I'm not even talking Canada. I'm not talking global. So for you, you should ask yourself, how far do you see yourself playing in that zone? Whoever you are listening to has a way of start carving your reality. If you listen to a local champion alone, trust me, everything you are doing in quotes would almost literally be localized. So when you identify this achiever, your work is to move close to them and learn. I like using this example, and this is where I appreciate the Igbo guys. Igbo is a tribe in Nigeria. They can literally go to the village, pick a boy that all he has read in his life is primary 6. They will pick that boy, bring him to the city. Let's say they brought him to Alaba in Lagos to come and learn job. That's what they say, Tabi, to come and learn work. The guy will come. For the first 1-2 months, all he could most likely be doing is washing car, washing clothes, and buying food. To another person, he is wasting his life, wasting his time. But that guy has already started his mentoring class. That's what we don't know. After a while, when your guy sees that this guy is understanding the place, Oga will tell him, Chinedu, go ahead of me. Go and open the shop and display the goods. So Chinedu is now understanding how to display, marketing to an extent, right? How to display what they have in the shop. He will display it here. He will display when it's evening. He will pack it in. After a while, Oga will tell Chinedu, when this thing remains full, please let me know so that we can restock it. Suddenly, Chinedu that never went to school is learning storekeeping gradually. Gradually, by mentoring, or Chinedu will discover that when they come to ask something for them in the shop, he notice say in Oga never would ever say they no get them. He go say what? E dey our other shop. Chinedu is learning the act of procurement. That even if we don't have it, we can go and source for it, put our own commission on it, get our own cut, and give the man what he wants to buy. Instead of me taking the man to Ngozi's shop. Why? Because the moment I take him to Ngozi's shop, I have made customer for Ngozi for the rest of our life. I have just only collected one commission. So you see that the guy is learning the act of having repeated sales and also procurement, even if he never had it from the beginning. After a while, Oga will tell Chinedu, when the sales reach 600,000, please go and deposit it in the bank. Chinedu is learning finance gradually. After a while, Oga will tell Chinedu, that thing in container, go and meet custom officer XYZ and give him this thing. He will give you this paper for that good. Suddenly, Chinedu is learning the act of logistics and procurement. Can you see that Chinedu might do that for the next 2 years? And by the time Chinedu is done, they do what we call freedom for Chinedu in less than 1 year. That same Chinedu that came to Lagos without any education except primary school, primary 6 education, would literally from one kiosk after freedom, will able to buy one flat, and before you know, he's going to buy a shopping mall. Guys, we are talking about a different kind of education. Do you know that same Chinedu that just started, you have MBA in business and administration, you will enter the same space with Chinedu. Chinedu will floor you. No, because Chinedu has gone to learn from somebody who understands the commercial side of his or her own talent. Chinedu has gone to learn how this thing is done. It's beyond going to school and pack education. I have BSc, I have MSc, but you don't understand how the street and how the business work. You understand how to write business plan, but because you've never practiced it before, you've forgotten that business plans are always good on paper until you start entering the market. So Chinedu has first and experience. Why? Not because he was born with it. Not because he started and did it by himself. In fact, he made mistakes with Oga's money so that when he has his own, he will most likely never make that same mistake. Guys, we have to start understanding the power of mentoring. Guys, I will not be talking about mentoring today. One of the sections I will talk about how do you get a mentor. We'll talk about it. The power of mentoring. So Chinedu is start understanding the tricks, the rudiments, how to commercialize this. When we face this kind of challenge, how do I deal with it? This is how you can take your raw talent to start looking like something that can make sense for you. Can you see that when I say I will figure it out myself, when I say sometimes figuring it out myself is actually foolishness? Why? Because you are telling me that I am willing to waste another 6 months or 6 years of my life going up and down when I can walk on the shoulder of somebody who has done it before. I say mentoring is somebody whose yesterday is your own desired tomorrow. The moment you identify that person that is doing something similar to your raw skill, raw gift, lock in with that person. And please, I say I don't want to talk mentoring today. Another mistake that people make when we talk about mentoring is and I'm not talking about this digital noise mentoring. I'm talking about people who are already doing what you are doing we are planning to do from a commercial point of view. Another mistake people make about mentoring is the fact that sometimes you try to dictate to your mentor how you want to learn. I say that's one of the biggest mistakes. I don't want to even believe you are still in the category of saying he's younger than me. He's your mentor. You are saying my son. He's your mentor. You are calling him my son. Who is the son there? Mentoring has nothing to do with age. It has a lot to do with experience. This person is living in the reality of what I am aspiring for. It's like going to the doctor and say, doctor, I have this kind of infection, but when you want to give me injection, don't give me in my bum, give me in my hand because that's how I want it. Duh. So there's a posture for mentoring. There's a posture when God helps you to locate that person that is doing or working in the reality of what you want to aspire to get. There's a posture of working with them. But like I said, today is not talking about mentoring. Now, when you start identifying them, what are you doing? You start fine-tuning your skills gradually. You start discovering that when you tell the person that I want to do this and this and this, the person says, no, don't waste your time. Just do only this for the next 6 months. To you, it's looking boring. But this person is telling you that, do you want to achieve success? This thing, do it for the next 6 months. Guys, is it not boring that more than 1 year, the only thing you have ever heard me saying is just one thing: finance? When there were immigration crises and people were rolling on the cruise of immigration rules, I will never change my topic. Why? Because I have understood my assignment and I'm staying in my place. So your mentor is there to shape something in you. I don't know why. Don't let me spend time talking about mentor today. Let me keep it. So after identifying the mentor, connecting with the mentor to learn, the next thing is please, and this is another mistake many people make in their workplace, why they will never get promotion. When you get into that space, start identifying what are the problems. How are you, bro? Or sis? Start identifying what are the problems. It's called market research. Within the space of talking to your mentor or staying in that space, you start identifying a particular category of people that nobody is catering for. Your work is not to go there and start competing with your mentor when you start your own. Your work is to look and say, what is the sector? For instance, in finance, I cannot cater for everything in finance. As finance is concerned, I cannot cater for everything. But if you are my mentee and what you want to do is you want to start doing the same thing I'm doing, the same way I'm doing it, there is no way you can feed from me. I call it's like going to a river and using buckets to steal water. You can never keep that relationship that way. You cannot. Please don't forget though, what your mentor is giving you is just half or portion of what they have. So instead of going to the bucket with a bucket to go and steal water, why not ask yourself, how can I dredge that river to my house so that it's a permanent flow? It's called relationship. So when you go to a mentor, don't go from a parasitic point of view. Give me because my name is Jimmy. And to be honest with you, this is where many of we Africans we flaw. We are users. We are parasitic sometimes. We want to collect and collect and collect. Nobody's thinking of the long term. So let me eat and run. That is what we think of. But you have to look in foresight. There will be a season whereby you go through something that you've never experienced before, that you need to go back to that mentor and ask questions. But you have used every opportunity you have to collect business from your mentor. Can you see where you are shortchanging yourself? So your work is to sit down and look at the business circle within that thing that you are discovering from your mentor, and look at where is that place that your mentor most likely is not interested in, but there's a demand. Where is that space that there is service that needs to be offered, but nobody is dealing with it? Can you see why your aim is not to replicate the same thing? It's to look for something within that space that you can start with. It's called your starting point. Doesn't mean you will finish there. It's like, and I call it market research. Please, the mistake you can do is say, I have this thing. Everybody come and buy, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. You might shop for the rest of your life and you might never make any money from it. But the moment you sit down, you say you have to pay attention from problem to before you create solution. From value before, it's called a bottom-top approach in marketing. So you look for what is the problem. For instance, let's assume you are a baker, but you like making sponge cake. You are very professional at making sponge cake. But God help you. You meet somebody that help you to do a proper market research. And they discover that people who demand for sponge cake on a monthly basis is only 10 people. While there's another kind of cake called red velvet cake. I go know all these things because I don't marry baker. Why there's another kind of cake that is called red velvet cake, that the number of people demanding for red velvet cake on a monthly basis is 200 pounds. As 200 people rather. As a baker that loves sponge cake, do you think it is sponge cake you should be producing more and trying to sell? Or which cake do you think you should produce more of? Obviously, it is red velvet cake. Why? Because there is already a demand for it. And this is why you don't run into business without sitting down. Now, I've learned from mentor and I just I go start business. No, you start sitting and ask yourself, what is another space? What is the market research? What is the place that people are not servicing, but there is a demand for it? Guys, in every industry, there is a chain. There is a chain from bottom to top. There is a chain. Let me use care for instance. There's carer at the bottom. All right, beautiful. Between carer and the next level, you have the care coordinator. Then you talk about care managers, right? Then you talk about the owner of the business. Then you talk about council. Between that thing that I just mentioned, there is a chain of money flow. Do you know the number of PPE that you guys use on a daily basis? Do you know the number of PPE that you use on a daily basis? Do you know how much people that are servicing that space are making on a monthly basis? They don't have any business going to any care user's house or service user house. They don't have any business writing any care plan. All they are doing in that space is offering PPE to companies that have carers that needs this. Do you know that for your customer to get work from council, they have to submit a tender, something called a tender? I know somebody who is writing a tender, and to write one tender for any care company, she collects £4,000. So you have to open your eyes and start identifying needs and problems, because that's what exchanges money. So your work is not to rush and say, I want to go and register my care business and start care and compete with your mentor on the spot. You probably get to that space. Yes, it is possible. At that space, it will be more of a collaborative work. Why? Because I found that in business, you cannot even do it alone. So I'm looking at what is the place where my oga no service, that I as a person can start looking at the opportunity within that space and start from there. Start from there. Right now, after you have done your market research, there are different ways you do market research. For me, right now, with the advent of digital, especially AI, market research is easy. Market research, just use Perplexity or use Claude AI. Market research is becoming easier, a lot easier. Guys, can you see that from everything I've said? I've never said the first thing is to go and look for products you want to sell. Whatever you are offering now, you are offering from the place of your strength. Guys, I don't need to go and tell you, please let me go and look at ChatGPT before I talk to you about what it's coming. I can continue again for the next 4 hours. Why? Because I'm doing it in my space. I'm doing it in my zone. Guys, if I say Jideneye, what comes to your mind? Let me ask you, what comes to your mind? Comment section, what comes to your mind? Jideneye. Jideneye, you heard the name Jideneye, what comes to your mind? Do you mistake me for a lawyer? What comes to your mind if you hear Jideneye? If anybody talk doctor there or talk immigration officer, I go dey shock. Guys, can you see? In the midst of several other answers, there is one that is becoming consistent. It's coming consistent. It's coming consistent. Even though I'm a digital marketer, I know somebody must always go the other route. Even though I have digital marketing experience with 14 years, there's one thing that is coming consistently. Guys, which one is your own? Which one have you discovered that is your own? Thank you so much for all the feedback. Now that you have done your research, so you have started discovering your skills, you've looked for who is an achiever, you have given yourself to mentoring in that space, you have done your market research, and you have developed all those things. What is your next work? Your next work is to do what I just told you to define me. Is start building a brand in that space. Start building a name in that space. Start becoming the go-to person. Guys, when people have different problems, they know who to go to. Forget the fact that they are coming to your life all the time. They know who to speak with when they hit the real problem in that area. Start building a brand, becoming a voice in that space. Even though every other person is talking about TikTok shop, immigration, talking about every other thing, that space that you have discovered, now you are bringing visibility to it. You are building a brand around it. You are building a voice around it. Why? Because now people know that they go meet to solve their problem. Start becoming the voice in that space. Let me come to your page and I'm not confused about who you are. You say this is your own, you've discovered your own. It has nothing to do with food. But when I come to your page, what I am seeing is join me as I go to Birmingham Market to go and buy potato and tomato. The algorithm is confused about who you are because today you say this, the next day you say this, next day they hear this. You can have a different page, call it a personal page for all those ceremonies. But when it comes to building a personal brand, a business brand, let them know who you are. So you start building a particular thing that people can say, when we need this thing, this is the person we go and talk to. So for me, for instance, many of you have said it, when it comes to finance, even if I no wan hear anybody, if I dey hear Jide dey talk, I go know say I go get answer wey go help me. Why? I'm not doing it for many other things that people are doing. I'm doing it not because I went to school. If I make I shock you, you know wetin I go school, go study. Guys, guess. What did you think I studied in the university? Guess. Let me laugh small. What do you think I studied in the university? Comment section, let's laugh small. Guess. Comment, I'm waiting, please. Somebody wey know me dey here, jare, no mind them. They don't listen to me for I studied soil science at Greek. Na sand I go dey play with for university. Soil science. Soil, iyepe. Soil. By extension, na Greek. So you see why I'm saying that many a times it has nothing to do with what you have used all your life to study. Nothing sometimes to do with all, but what will feed you, what will pay for the mortgage you are looking for, what will give you that freedom you are looking for is embedded in this thing because your creator placed it inside you. But you've not discovered it, you have not groomed it, you have not seen the commercial side of it, and you have not come out for people to know you that this is what I can do. So you have not built reputation in that space. This is why I say you have to start building personal branding. You have to start doing something every day as much as possible as regards that thing that you know and you have discovered and you have been mentored about. So can you see now, for you that you are coming out to build personal brand, the tendency of you flopping is less. Why? Because you have already been coached. So you won't come online and be saying, well, Sha, I think, Sha, let me go and check next week. I'll come back and tell you. So when your opportunity is coming, it's going to meet a prepared you, a refined you, a defined you. I like to use the word a fine you. Something that is fit for people to consume. Something that they don't mind listening to for 2 hours. They start saying, oh, like for instance, if you hear Mr. Henry, you know something. This man has, before he comes out to talk, he has refined himself. Then he's now positioning as a brand. Guys, everybody that God has created has something in them that people are looking for. I am looking for that person who is good at teaching children so that I can hand over my children to them whenever I need to develop them in certain area. But I'm still looking for who is standing out, that God has given that thing in them naturally that will come up. We know you have it, but nobody sees you. It's visibility. We say seeing level is buying level. Sometimes it's the loudest people that will buy for, not because they are the smartest. Deliberately, you have done your market research. If I want to create content, I'm creating content to fill that loophole that my market research have discovered. So I'm not trying to copy every other person. I'm not trying to be like every other person. You will rarely see me come online and say, if you have £100, this is how you should invest it. You will use £50 to do this. Not because it's bad, but I have discovered my own niche and I've discovered the problem I am called to solve, and I am focusing on it headlong. Thank you so much. I appreciate that time. So, as me, Jide Deye, if you want to take everything from me, you know the only one thing you must not take is called my mouth. This thing is going to feed me. This thing is going to put me in front of people based on the information I am bringing and the value I'm creating. So start creating brand. Don't start with selling products. Don't make that mistake. Don't start with selling products. Guys, if you give value enough, people will tell you what they want you to sell to them. If you give value enough, people will tell you what they want you to sell to them. That means if you build your brand enough and become a solution provider, a thought leader, leading in that your space, over time, people will see you as the person they should go to, and they are comfortably willing to disperse their money to come to you because they have seen that in you. Another thing which I want to add to this is very scarce, and I must be saying it is unfortunately scarce. Please have integrity. Guys, I've been doing TikTok, streaming on TikTok, teaching people finance for more than 1 year plus. Not one person has come to me and said, Jide, what you taught me in finance is rubbish. You just wasted our time. It's not a mistake. It's deliberate. Integrity. So you are building on integrity. Guys, when people come to connect with your business, there are 3 possible equations that they will experience. Everybody that is coming to you is coming with an expectation and is living with an experience. I review myself also when I deal with people with this. Everybody that is coming to you is coming with an expectation and is living with an experience. And there are 3 possible outcomes. The first outcome is when their expectation rather is bigger than what they experience, they are gone. You have lost them forever. When their expectation rather, is bigger than their experience, they are gone. You cannot repeat them again. The next equation is when their expectation and their experience is the same. Good evening, sir. How are you doing, sir? Is the same. You know what you have done? You have satisfied them. Thank you so much, sir. Experience, expectation, the same. You have satisfied them. You know the third one. This is what I try for as much as possible in everything I do. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Making sure their experience is bigger than their expectation. We call it customer delight. You have locked that person in your pocket forever. So you see why some people keep having people coming to them. Why some people don't have people coming to them back to back. Why? They came with an expectation, they left with an experience. So when you are building your brand, I'm not talking about branding today. There are several things you have to start putting into perspective. Why? Because you are building a name that should last long. Guys, you don't know why I am using my name. My name is my brand. My name is my brand, period. I just added the finance guy so that people can start relating what I'm doing with my name. That's the only reason why I added it. I've been on TikTok for more than 1 year and I never changed anything than Jide Neye. Now that I have certified and have established who I am, I can put it on my name. So I'm not the kind of people that will be running after putting coach in front of you. Not because coach is bad, but people have not experienced you. Now, you are the one calling me finance. If I put finance guy in front of my name, are you going to be confused? No, you cannot. Why? Because I've taken 1 year plus to build that brand, to become a financial voice, especially within our Black community. It's called branding. So you are creating content, you are creating solution in that space. You are, guys, you think I'm not where I want to be yet. So I know what I'm doing and I'm being deliberate. So I'm not coming here to look for coin. I'm here to create value. I'm here to create solution. I'm here to help people look at their finance in a different. Part of the thing that really gladdens my heart is when I have review with people and say, Jide, before I met you, I used to do overdraft. I used to be in debt or so. After our first conversation, I've been able to cut off my debt by about £3,000, and I have £9,000 in investment, and my investment has produced 45%. I clap. That is my biggest joy. That is the aim. So you are building brand. You are creating solution for people. You are creating that thing. Remember I said something. Don't start with selling products. From what you are doing, people will start telling you what they really need you to create something for them around. From what you are doing. From that very thing you are doing, that brand perception, there are feelers that will be coming back to you and say, do you have a one-on-one section? How can I connect with you? Can you teach us how to do XYZ? Somebody like that now creates a product around XYZ. When he start making money, you go think say in they do juju. No be juju, he has put in the work. I'm not talking about people who want to have quick money and just blow overnight. I'm talking about, you are talking about next 5 years you are there, next 7 years you are there, next 10 years you are there, you are growing. That's what we are talking about now, stretching yourself to wealth zones. Now, after you have built your brand, this is where this next one will come in, leveraging on technology. Look at the people I'm talking to now. Imagine if I'm going to rent all and pack you all in one all. You know how much I go spend? Some of you have been now I can't do that. Say I want the pack now for one or for 15 days back to back. You know how much it will cost me, guys. Sometimes I need to show you what I am using here. No, I also build website. I actually have 2 websites and I have about 14 clients that are managing their website. So that's my core actually. But thank you for the offer. That's good. Connect with me. If I have anything I feel we can do, I can let you know. All right. No, look at what I'm saying. Leveraging on technology. Guys, do you know that the phone I am using to talk to you, I bought it bidding on eBay It was a bid on ePay for just £87. £87. You can see that as I'm talking to you, I'm using an extra camera. I'm trying to use for extra camera to talk to you. Guys, should I show you the light I am using to stream? Should I show you? You see how much what do we call it? How much studio light I have. Should I show you? See, leveraging on technology does not mean go and buy the most expensive equipment. That's not what leveraging on technology means. The only reason why you feel your equipment is what you need is because you don't know your value yet. In everything, the only thing you must not negotiate with is your audio. Why? Because if they cannot hear you, it's a problem. If they cannot see you clearly, they can still forgive you. But when they cannot hear you, it becomes a major problem. So leveraging on technology does not mean that I have to be everywhere doing everything. And this is where your research also comes. Do you know that on TikTok, it's a lot easier for me as a finance business person to leverage and make more than trying to do it on YouTube or trying to do it on Instagram? For me, it's a lot easier. The entry barrier is very low. If I want to do YouTube video, then I'm thinking of a proper mic. I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking of that. So you have to sit down and look at where do your audience meet? Where do your targets meet? Where do they stay? That's what determines what kind of technology you should use. Where do your audience meet? And how can I reach them with the least cost? Start building on those platforms. Start showing up on those platforms again and again. Start coming to that kind of platform. Create content around that platform. Create a system around that platform. Let people find you easily around that platform. So technology now becomes your advantage. What would have cost you more money looking for one kiosk? Many of you say I like selling to people. That the reason why I've not started is because I've not gotten money to buy a shop. Do you know the number of people that are selling from their house by just leveraging on technology? This thing that you guys are coming here and you are just cruising, do you know it can transform your life? I can't even tell you the people I have met by this technology that I'm looking at. But when I come on this technology, I'm not coming as a consumer. I'm coming as a value creator. There are two different kinds of people: those who consume and those who produce. Every one of us will consume, but make sure that you are also part of those who are producing. You must make sure. So when you come on TikTok, what are the things you do? If I go to your page, can I see a representation of your business? Can I see that page? And once I get to that page, I just know that this is who you stand for. What are you building? What is the thing that you are doing there on your platform that will show me that, wow, this guy is taking advantage of technology? When you have done all those things that I've mentioned, then you monetize your knowledge. Then you monetize your knowledge. You see how easy and less struggle it takes to sell your knowledge or to sell your value. Why? You have done all the work ahead of time. I believe with these few points of mine, I've been able to tell you that it's not as difficult as you think. For it to be difficult means that, number one, there is something missing in several of these things I've mentioned. So I believe some people should be able to track their paths and ask themselves, in all I have heard, where am I falling short? Where can I tweak? Where can I start working? I told you guys yesterday that this month I just paid somebody $450 to learn something. She's my mentor. Forget the fact that I'm older than her. Why? I have identified what is missing for the next level. I have identified. So me, your coach, I am a student somewhere. I say this, that there's a student in everybody and there's a teacher in everyone. In all you do, make sure that the student in you is showing up more than the teacher in you. Because that student in you is the secret of your growth. Is the one who is always looking for how to do things better and become better. Don't be like the Africans, the simple literal African, whereby we like to enforce who we are. No, you don't become better by always sharing us only what you know. It's like a fan. You know, when you put on a fan, a rolling fan, it will work. You know, even when you cut it off from its connection, it still be rolling, but it doesn't know it's working on residual growth. Especially in a world whereby things are changing faster than you can ever imagine it. So be a student. Go out. Your assignment tonight is everything I've said. You see that I've not told you that go and create one digital course first. You can do that for quick cash, that you want to quickly take cash from somebody, and you can do that. But if you want to do something that becomes a brand, that becomes a legacy, remember what we talk about building. In this phase of your life, you should be creating and building so that you can create legacy, something that can take care of your future. Then suddenly you find out that wow, life can be better than whatever I am experiencing now, especially for those of us in the UK. It is possible. But I'm going to wait for the way the system designed it to be. It will always look like it is not possible. Guys, I have finished everything I feel like saying because I just felt empty suddenly. Except there are questions or somebody needs somebody to, you have a question to ask. I am actually done for tonight. And tomorrow we'll be having another good section by 6 p.m. Tomorrow we'll be talking about insurance. I know many of us, it's blood of Jesus that is our insurance. Let me leave you with this saying. Insurance is like a check that nobody prays to have or doesn't like to have it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to have it. They don't like it. But you pray you have it the day you need it. That is what insurance is. Insurance is the reason, and I say this respectfully, why some people, because there is no preparation for all these things, they end up going and doing GoFundMe for things that you could have solved with only £13 per month. So it's important. Tomorrow I have one of my good friends. Is an insurance broker. You understand? He's going to come and his service is free. So he's going to come tomorrow, talk to us about insurance. Sorry, Jide, not you. No problem. No worry. I know it's typo. I understand. Tomorrow about insurance by 6 p.m. UK time. I believe you've learned something. I believe you should go back. You see now that it's not always about running around. My brother, my sister, running around. You don't need one for 4 years. See what you bring. It's not always about running around. You have to be very strategic. That's the solution, though. Guys, I've finished tonight. Is there any question? I can take one or two questions. Even if you want to come up, you can send a request and come up. I still have about 2 or 5 minutes more. Any question? I've learned a lot today. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Real good. Awesome. Thank you, Favor Bix. Thank you so much. Catilicious, thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, if you are not following me, trust me, it's possible you are losing money. Yeah, because you will not be hearing things that will help you make more money. How do you follow? It's easy. Just click the plus button beside mine so that TikTok can notify you whenever I come on live streaming. And I'll be doing this till the end of the month, 6 p.m. every day. I have several topics that are before me here that I'll be looking into. All right, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Thank you. Continue. Like I said, I'm going to load the video on my YouTube channel so that you can go back and listen to it again. Listening to the first time is just for information. When it comes to internalization, you hear it again and again. There's something called repetition. They call it the law of deep and lasting impression. You want something to stick, go back again and again and again and again. So the person that said I came late, I'm also doing this because of people like that. All you need to do so that you can have access to it. The person who is sending message, is it that you want to ask question? I'm not sure, but let me first do this first. All right, before I accept you. All right, so if you go to my page and go to this link in my bio, I like opening it in a new browser. When you open in a new browser, I said yesterday, if this page has not grown up to 50 subscribers, I'll stop uploading this video. Well, that's what I'm doing. The second link here, click on it. Guys, there's no other way you can reach me. If it's not on my bio, then it's not available. Guys, we are still at 33 subscribers. We've not gotten into 50. Guys, why now? I'll stop uploading. No. I know it was 27 yesterday, but when I was talking, we had over 80 people online. Guys, I will stop uploading. No. You know it's not for me when I upload it. And it's not so I can make more. See the time, it's just 33. All right, so inside there, you see all the videos of the section that we had. Understanding the system in the diaspora, understanding and dealing with debt. We talk about how to grow your credit score, why your finance system keeps failing and how to fix it. Then we have smart financial move spirits for immigrants. Yesterday we spoke about prayer. Today's own also, I'll also be loading into the YouTube channel. But please go and follow, please. Grow this thing, encourage me, guys. Then this should have passed 100 long time ago. So please follow the YouTube channel, please.
It's 8
All
o'clock.
Right. Thank you so very much. So somebody sending a question. Do you have a question? Let me accept first to be sure if it's a question. Hello, good evening.
Afternoon. Or good evening, Mr. Jide. I've been following you for a while, though. And even last year, December, I subscribed to that your Smart Accelerator class.
Yes.
December, yeah. So I got a mail for me to move it to school. Yeah, so I'm still on there. I'm trying to read, and get more knowledge about the investment. It's been a lot, a lot of things has been going on in the UK now. Visa is about to expire, blah, blah, blah. And the tension that comes with it.
Blah. In fact, let me see your face. I need to see your face.
This tension that comes with it is too much. I'm telling you, it's just too much sometimes. And
let me see your face.
I'm a father with two kids and wife, so you think sometimes it's just discouraging. I went for cybersecurity course, I did the cybersecurity course, I did certification. I found out in the long run that this cybersecurity course I did is not going to sponsor. So I'm just trying to pick one among the three while building myself as well. So sometimes it's just when I just come to your program, I just want to just emulate from how you've been doing your thing. It's God though at the same time, but sometimes I just need to just get that energy. And all these people keep saying care, but me, I've not been a care person right from time. I was a logistics manager back in home for a indigenous brand, Konga.com.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been very tough getting into the logistics space at the moment.
So what are you doing to get into the logistics space currently?
Yeah, I did that as a master's here. I did procurement and logistics, supply chain management.
You are the master's gang. Yeah. Okay, so after the masters, what else have you done to enter into the logistics space?
I am on MPix. Apix, yeah. I'm on that. That one costs a lot of money. So that's where I'm stuck at the moment.
All right, so do you have anybody who is probably like us, if possible, that is already doing it, that you are close to, and is probably holding your hand in this journey?
No, I don't have anybody.
So can you see that it might be difficult again and again? That's what I'm saying. It might be important for you to, and we might not see so much of such content on TikTok, I guess. I understand. But do you know that there are different places where these people can gather? Your work is to ask yourself, where can I meet them? Where can I find them? Do they have any kind of association I can belong to? Can I go on Eventbrite and type logistics and see if there's any event that is happening within that space online that I can attend, even if it's free? Why? Because this thing is in networking sometimes. So sometimes we need to change how we are looking into it from I'm looking for a job by to start reconstructing the way we go after this thing. So you see now I spoke about, are you connecting with anybody? I have given you two different ways in which you can. So your work is to ask yourself, where do logistics people meet? Okay. Where can I connect with people who are already in that space? And when you connect with people like that, your work is not to go there and start asking them for job. Your work is to go and ask them, what kind of value can I be to one of them? Okay. There would always be somebody that, and you know what I've discovered, especially people who their mouth is always on top of the podium, talking. People like that like pouring into people. But when you are going to come to them, you are not going to come to them like somebody who is looking for something. Please come and rescue my life. No. Why? Because you are not coming from a valuable point of view. Your work is to sit down and understudy that person somehow. You see where mentoring is coming gradually, is to understudy and look at what is the value I can bring with either the knowledge I've gathered in school, or what are the simple things that I can add to this person. Even if not just 2% are they add to that person, you are becoming more valuable in that space.
Okay.
So yes, I know you need job at all costs, but if that is what you are coming with, trust me, most of the time you will never see anybody coming to help you.
True.
So you have to ask yourself, from what level of value can I be to this person also? What are the things that this person is doing? How can I move, at least even it's just one needle, I am moving in that person's business for free? Sometimes, how can I do it? Why? Because what you are doing is you want to buy access without using money.
Okay.
So can you see that we have to change the game? If there's any volunteering opportunity, even if it's in the council logistics department, can you do 2 hours with them every week? Just 2 hours with them every week. Don't forget you get the certificate, but you don't get the certificate here for UK.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
no experience yet, but you have the certificate. How can I start moving close to people who are doing it? It's in the course of doing it, and like you said, with the grace of God, then you start seeing opportunity. One day your own name go ring for where go open the door. But if we always look, and this is why I have challenged sometimes with people who come to do masters, they just feel after the masters they enter the market space and the job will just open. And sometimes we are disappointed when we see things like that. But we have to understand that why people want to associate with them is because of the value. It's because also you can't come like I want this, I want. So you have to start thinking differently. And to cry out loud, somebody like you no go struggle too much before you make a foot there. Why? Because you've already been doing it in Nigeria before coming here. So I don't know if you get my point. I know you are trying to type, most likely. That's why you are off. But are you there? Bro, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
All right. So I don't know if you got my point.
Yeah. I understand your point very well. I will put all those things you just said into practice. Eshegun.
Please do. Well done, my brother. Well done, Chief. Well done. Ede kú tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ àti ìyàwó. Well done. Yakubu,
Eshegun.
manage. No give up. No give up, Yakubu. Manage. Manage. Thank you for always showing up for every one of your family member. It will happen, but we have to move beyond the normal. We have to do something beyond what we are doing now for things to open. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
All right, Eshegun.
I think I love you, children.
All right, boss.
God will
I'll
answer
give you
your prayer
updates.
because of these children. All right, my
Yeah.
brother. Well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. Any other one person? I think I can take one more person. One more person. One more person. One more person. I don't know what is happening today. Today just seems different for me. One more person. One more. This is feedback time. But that's the way you want to ask all this while you never ask. You don't get opportunity now. Maybe you ask them. One more person, guys. All right. So I think there is none for now. So let's go home and put to work. It's possible. And please don't let what you are going through. The worst that can happen is what is happening right now. It's as though you're on the ground. You can't go below the ground. Don't let that thing start defining who you are. But rather look at it from where you are. What are the things I can start creating? How are the ways I can start moving so I can enter where I want to belong? I want to ask a question. You can come up, my brother or my sister, if you want to ask a question. Thank you for everything you have shared today. You're welcome, my dear. AE Car Detailing. Wow, Car Detailing Limited. That sounds like a big man company. Any other question? Aris Food, send a request and come up so that you can ask your question. Just click on the 2 people that are hugging each other there. Then I can bring you up so that I can attend to your question. Are you coming? All right. All right. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Can you come on camera, sir, so that we are sure who we are talking to?
Oh, okay.
At least you don't need to wear wig. All our ladies, we love you.
No, I'm married though.
I know. I'm just saying all our ladies. You know, a woman say, I'm not makeup. I know my wig is not on. I mean, like.
Try to connect the camera. It's not,
All right. So let me send you a request here. Sorry, to bring your camera. Oh, sorry, you cannot. All right. So continue your question. You can't have your question.
Yeah. Good evening. Thanks for everything, Mr. Gidi. I really appreciate it. I'm part of your students since last year.
Wow. Is it the investment?
Yes.
How has it been?
In fact, I will say that how I wish I know it's in 2003 that I come to this country.
Good to hear that. It's good to hear that.
I'm the person that told you that time that blew me into forest, then I blew like.
Now you have wasted money in forest before.
Yeah.
I can recall. Yeah. Well done. It's nice to hear that. At least the money they grow now, they waste like before.
They waste they pump on in there. That one.
Correct. That's good. All right. What's the question, sir?
Yeah, I sent you some message on school that we need to discuss. I can't say that one here.
Okay.
So
resend the message.
Okay, I will do that. What I just want to add is that for the people that watching you, how I wish they put all these things into practice, because your advice is like it's not from this world at all. I will share one testimony here this night about the value that we normally talk about and how you can achieve it, and don't look for money first. When I get to this country, fine, I study here, like my job is a professional job. So I try to have the experience here, but of which I don't. Then I just try to work with some people with the little money that I'm earning from there for my family. So to cut the story short, the value that I have there now, as from today, about 5 companies that are giving me offer. So, and what I want to say is that people just try to pursue that value, as you said, and everything will be like another story entirely. And again, we black, sorry to use that word, we should try not to just forget about our mentality in Nigeria and change our mindset here. As you are saying, there is a lot of job, which is true, a lot of job here, but people just don't know how and how to do it. But if you have Nigeria mentality, forget about it, you can't have it. It's not possible here, because the value first and your relationship with the people, you go a long way. Even I'm advising my brother that is in Nigeria, if you are coming to this country, forget about you are coming to do master. Master is just a waste of money. Get a certificate job with a little experience you have in Nigeria. Find a way to get the value, add value first. The other thing will be added. I'm at work now, I'm not at home. I can
wow. So you are still conducting. Wow.
Yeah. So I can still share this testimony with you that 5 jobs. I'm telling you, 5. Now, so I'm going to go to just choose the one that is
the right one.
The right
Amen.
one.
God will lead you to. Wow, thank you. You just made my day tonight. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that.
The other thing that I want to say, I don't know how we are going to talk about that one. It's not anything that I will say.
No problem. Just send me message. You don't already win my mind, man. Don't lie.
I've sent it already. I've sent it on school, on our platform in school.
Just send me a message on school again. Send it again. The message will come to the top when you send it again, so I will respond to it.
Okay. I will do
Thank
that.
you and congratulations, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Congrats.
All right, sir.
Bye. Now you guys want to make me emotional. I no go cry. Yakubu Mane. Guys, it's